Hello and welcome back to our 25 Days of Holiday Nails Advent Edition from the Madam Glam 2023 Advent Calendar. And today's surprise unboxing is a full-sized no-wipe top coat. Now, all of Madam Glam's gels are soak-off. That is terrific as usual, and their top coat is no wipe, or at least this one is no wipe. They do have one that is just a regular one. It does dry with the tacky inhibition layer, but this one is their no wipe top coat, and honestly, I feel it's far superior to their standard top coat. For some reason, the ones that you have to wipe just don't come out as shiny, so I tend to gravitate towards these. So I do already have an open bottle of their no wipe top coat, so I'm going to use that one, but that we're going to save that for later. In this video, what I want to do is, continuing with our winter theme, I'm going to do, well, it's not really a winter theme. I'm going to do a starry night sky. So I want to start off with some, not basic, but kind of, you know, traditional designs going into the fall and winter and holiday season. So I'm starting out with a black background, and what you want to do when you're using dark colors like black is to really go layer by layer and do really thin coats. If you do it too dark, if you go whole hog and do a really thick black layer to do it in one coat, it's not going to dry properly. So do your layers really thin, do a 90-second cure, and then usually I start my lamp first so that when I put my hand in and pull it out, it stays on. And that way you'll make sure that you cure your layers properly and you don't have any issues with bubbling or puckering of the gel. All right, so we've got our black nail. I did do 3 coats. I'm just going to adjust it on the nail stand because it's sliding a little bit. Close up my black. And then the colors that I'm going to use for the marbling technique that's going to go into creating the night sky are these 4 beautiful Madam Glam colors. We've got Bubblegum Sky. I thought I always pulled the same one from the last video, but that was Raindrop. So this is Bubblegum Sky. Magical Times, which is our darker gray. New Quest, which is a bluish gray or a grayish blue. And Roadtrip, which I did use in the last video. So I am going to mix in a little bit of the black as well, just so that it'll blend in with the background of the nail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of each color and make lines on my palette. This will make sure that I can drag them all together in a feathering motif so that they will flow together well on the nail. And I'd like to alternate darker and lighter colors. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a darker color right next to the blue so that they kind of have, I kind of want the lighter colors to be more wispy across the nail to create like that galaxy type feel to the nail. I'm going to want to put a lighter color next. And this one, what was it called again? Bubblegum Sky, has a little bit of a shimmer sparkle in it, and it's a little more transparent. It's not fully opaque. So that will give more of the look that I'm looking for. And I think I'm going to actually put it on the other side too, just to bookend it. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the black. I think I'm going to bookend the black as well. Okay. So before we start and I swirl the colors together, I'm going to put a coat of DGel Beauty's Blooming Gel on the nail, and that's going to help it spread. So you don't want to go too thick. Just a light coating will do. All right. Now to swirl them all together, you want to get a water marbling tool or a toothpick or something with a sharper edge so that you can create really fine lines. Just drag it through. You can go up and down too, but you don't want to do too much because you don't want it to become muddy. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use a flat or a rounded brush, and you're going to pick up your pigments and kind of just float it across the nail. Wipe your brush in between and give it a moment. Let it float. Let it do its thing. You don't want to overload the nail with too much pigment and then you have to wipe it off and start all over. So then when it's getting to the point that you think you might have it where you want it, you can take a thinner brush, you can pull the pigment a little bit. This line kind of starts in the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to pull it up a little bit so it connects. You can even pick up some pigment off the palette and lay it down. Always look at it in profile so that you can see if there's unevenness. There's a little bit of bulk up here, so I'm going to pull it. Okay, so next what you want to do is you want to take a lint-free wipe, or if you have gloves on your hand, you can use gloves, and just kind of press it up against the side of the nail and pull off some extra pigment. That way when you go to cure it, it's not overloaded and you don't get that wrinkling and buckling of the gel. You want to do each side. Give it a look one more time, make sure that the coating is even. And then you can give it another cure. I'm gonna go for 90 seconds just to make sure that it cures fully. All right, so the marbling effect, while I love it, is a little bit brighter than what I was going for. I got a bit more payoff with the lighter colors. So I'm going to take from the nail, their Syrup Black. And I'm just going to do a thin coat over the top, see what it looks like, if I like it. Actually, before I do that though, I'm going to do a matte top coat. Thinking. Doesn't need to be matte. I'm going to do a base coat of clear over top, just so that if I wipe it down afterwards, if I don't like the black over it, I don't drag any of the color. I find that even with a full cure, when you're dealing with black, the tacky layer tends to have a bit of black remaining. So I just want to cover that up to make sure that I can polish over it without any problems occurring. All right, so to finish off the design of this nail, actually I'm going to wipe it first. I love the way the syrup black affected the nail. It just toned it down ever so slightly so that it's not so in your face bright. So I'm going to use a mixture of the silver and the white to create our stars, and I'm going to once again use my dotting tools. So I'm going to use slightly smaller ones, and I'm going to focus on the darker areas of the nail. So I'm just going to put in some dots. I'm going to switch to the smaller point. I'm really trying not to create any patterns. I'm just putting them down wherever. I'm going to cure this, and then we're going to put in some actual stars instead of just dots representing stars. And now to create the stars, what we're going to do is something similar to what we did with the snowflake in the last video. I am so sorry to say that my phone died while I was recording, and I didn't realize it because I was looking down at the nail and not at the camera, which is right above. So as I was saying, did something similar to what I did in the video yesterday with the snowflakes, where I created larger dots and then used the ink from the dot to pull out straight lines from either side. So I did 8 pointed stars on opposite sides, not intentionally opposite sides. It just felt like it was right for the pattern of the nail. Did 1 in white, 1 in silver. And then for the smaller ones that are farther off in a distance, I did smaller dots and I did 4 points. So I did 5 stars in total. I added an extra dot in the center because it seemed like it was oddly vacant. And that's basically the design of this nail. I have done this technique before, so since you didn't actually get to see it in this video, I will link it right up here so that you can see what I actually did. And right now I'm just going to finish it off with another base coat and a top coat, and that will be this video. So I'm gonna go in with my base. And I love every time that reveal when you're putting a shiny base or a top coat on top of a matte background, the way the colors just pop. I do love nails with a matte background, but it needs to be a really specific purpose. So usually if I'm doing cartooning or illustration where it doesn't make sense for the nail to be shiny, but usually I prefer a shiny top coat. So that's the base coat. I'm going to do the top coat, and then I will be back to wrap up. And here we have our finished nail for day 2 of 25 days of holiday nails with the Advent Calendar by Madame Glam. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. I love the marble technique. It is so easy and so much fun, and you can really create any pattern you want. And no 2 patterns are the same. I love the stars, the fact that they alternate in the silver and the whites, but you'll have to let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.